So welcome you guys to SEMA Show Day 4. I'm Kirstin Stone here from the CPG booth. I'm live with Matt Patrick. He's a product manager, brand manager rather, for Fast, and he handles a ton of ignition products and our very new, very exciting Coyote transplant kit. Matt, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Well, I mean, the Coyote engines have been out now for a while,
right?
And they're getting more and more available. The price is coming down, and they're becoming a very popular option,
right?
For guys wanting to put, let's say, refurbish an old vehicle, put a modern drivetrain in it, and the Coyote engine is perfect. Makes great power, awesome drivability. It looks nice.
Right.
Problem is trying to take a factory wire harness and retrofit it to a 67 fastback Mustang or a Fairlane or who knows what is very difficult. We're trying to make it easy. Compared to other kits, other manufacturers in the market, one of the things that they try and do is they sort of try and force the customizer, the vehicle customizer, to like make their vehicle fit the electronic throttle of these Coyote engines. It's a big problem.
Right, it's a major retrofit.
It is, because what an electronic throttle application requires is a pedal assembly to be like, you got to weld in brackets, you got to chop up your car basically to make it fit. What's nice about our kit is that we actually went ahead in the industry's only mechanical cable throttle body for Coyote manifold. So it bolts right on, no fuss, no muss, so to speak.
Yeah.
And you just basically bolt it in, get yourself a cable, and you can use your existing vehicle's OE pedal assembly. So it maintains the looks and makes installation a snap. It's really, really easy.
That's awesome. So this is going to be the Ford guys' answer to the LS Swap the World, right?
Totally, absolutely, absolutely.
And the Coyote is truly an incredible motor that is now really gaining popularity. It took a few years of that junkyard accumulation before all of a sudden they were accessible to the masses. But they're certainly getting there now. It's very exciting to be a part of that movement, and there's certainly been a ton of them that are coming into the market, and this would be a great solution for those guys.
Certainly.
So with that said, Jesse says, "What's up from California?" Hey, Jesse.
Hey, what's up?
We're not that far from you at the moment. What's up from Nevada? So with that said, before we go into more product stuff, have you had a chance to wander the show a little bit this week?
I have. It's incredible, the variety and the quality of new products, of vehicles out there. It's like combining the most amazing trade show with the most amazing car show.
Right.
So really, it's phenomenal to see what's out there. And you think every year it's going to be like there's no way it can get better. And every year they just keep raising the bar. And the build quality of the vehicles, the new products that people just get creative and they come up with, it's amazing. It really is.
There was, actually I was just walking around with Jay Adams and we saw that Galaxy 500 that's down here from Bones Fab.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Did you have a chance to check that car out?
I did. It's
Speaking
awesome.
of Fords.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of those things as we wander around the show, we make jokes about LS Swap the World, but they're absolutely everywhere. So seeing something different, just being a single overhead cam Ford motor is, I mean, it really is something that stands out at this show just because it is a little bit different. So I'm looking forward to this and getting more people more opportunities to do new and different things with their cars.
Right.
And making it accessible to guys in their garage without, like you said, major fabrication and all that.
And that's the idea behind it. One other neat thing about this kit, we've really I would say we're probably the first ones in the industry to sort of perfect the variable cam timing control mechanism for the camshafts in that Coyote engine. When that engine first hit the market, one of the things that the flash programmers did was do something called these ghost cam tunes. And because the Coyote's kind of unique, you can actually move all four camshafts independently.
You can change the timing and the sound without.
Right, so you can get this really lopey, incredibly powerful sound. The problem was it drove like, it drove terrible, right?
It drove like something.
Yes, like something we all know what that is. And so what people would do is they would put this ghost cam tune in, they'd roll into the car show and then just turn it off and not drive it until they would change programs.
Yeah, right.
What's really cool about what we've done with this kit, you can have that ghost tune kit and get that awesome raspy idle sound, cammed idle sound, but because of the way we designed it, the minute you go off idle, it goes up to peak efficiency, maximum power, and drives like a dream. So kind of the best of both worlds, so it sounds awesome and drives really well.
Now let's talk about, Kyle Hunt says, that's a nice GM LS throttle body to put on a mod motor. Matt Patrick, what say you?
Oh, not at all, not at all. No, that's, well.
It's a similar-ish look, but.
It's a similar look, but let's be honest, no one else has it. So it may look like a GM LS throttle body, but no, it's a unique casting for it. And again, it's the only one that bolts straight up to the Cowdy manifold.
That's awesome.
Very funny.
Yeah, very funny, Kyle Hunt. We hear you, we see you, and I know you're not that far away from us. Watch yourself. So let's talk about all of the distributor line. That's something that is, I say it's new for Fast. We'll call it new-ish for Fast. Yep. It's something we've recently started really pushing into, is all the ignition products, all the distributors. Tell me what's so killer about Fast ignition products.
Well, I would say, first off, on the racing side of things, we have a very unique triggering device. Most traditional racing distributors that you would read about or hear about have what's called a magnetic trigger. Right. And while it's reliable, the problem is that by its design, it has a natural retard. So you may set your timing for, say, 32 degrees at idle or at 1200 RPM. By the time you're at 8,000 RPM, it's probably 3 to 4 degrees retarded from that.
Right.
And what ours does, we use an optical trigger, and it's extremely precise, and it does not vary. Whether you're at 9,000 RPM or 1,000 RPM, it is precise all the time. So you can basically dial in your timing for maximum power, and basically never have to worry about it. It doesn't shift. So we tend to see power increases by doing nothing other than just swapping the distributor.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. Now, tell me, I know we've got a range of distributors available. I mean, do you feel like we're touching pretty much any part of the market that you can imagine? What is kind of new and exciting there?
Yeah, I would say probably the newest street-oriented distributor we have is an HEI distributor. We've sort of revamped that product here in the last year. Really brought the quality up and really got to a point where, for the price point that we're selling it at, it is an outstanding value. And I would say one piece of unique technology with our HEI distributor, aside from a real high amp module and a 50,000 volt coil, is it has a pulse plasma nitrided gear. And that's really what I think it's groundbreaking. No one in the industry has it. And obviously Fast is affiliated with the Comp Performance Group and Comp Cams.
Do we have it sitting here?
Sure.
If we're going to talk about it, let's show it off.
And take a look at it. Well, of
we're going to try and not
our
drop
little adapter.
things.
There we go.
Yeah.
So what makes this unique? It's kind of like this gray finish. Typically, people are used to seeing like a black oxided gear, and people have heard about melanized gears for years. Melanized gears are kind of a very expensive upgrade for your distributor gear. Melanized gears are good in the sense that they are compatible with most camshaft core materials. What we have done is the plasma nitriding is a process that Comp Cams developed for camshaft use. Well, as we did more research on it, we realized that actually it's ideal for distributor gears. Right. So we've taken that plasma nitriding, processed all of our gears with that. So what you get is an extra layer of lubricity. So it's actually easier on the camshaft gear. It's 100% compatible with any camshaft material out there.
So it's both a hardening and a lubricity?
It is. It actually, on a molecular level, it changes the surface of the gear teeth itself. So it slides smoother. And again, it won't wear out your cam gear, and it virtually lasts forever on almost any cam core, and that's the beauty of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it really
is.
And
that's just specific to the street distributors that we're selling now?
We've launched that gear technology on the street HEI. The intention is to gradually phase it in for all of our distributors, but right now this is just, it's new technology. We're rolling it out with this, and we'll likely add it to the other distributors as we go.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So now I'm going to do something terrible to you. I'm going to grab the distributor from you.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you to hand me your mic because we did not prep properly for this, and I'm going to ask you to run over and grab that E7 ignition.
Okay.
And let's talk about that for a second. Please hold. An interruption has occurred. Matt Patrick has gone to retrieve our new E7 ignition. And we don't have enough space on a table to do all of this. I'm going to make him suffer through actually physically holding it. I'll just
flip that on there.
Yep. With my left hand. Guys, I'm killing it here. Okay, let's see. Can we still hear Matt Patrick?
I hope so.
All right, we'll find out. Everyone will complain and tell us if we cannot. So let's talk about E7 for a minute, because E7 is something that we have been talking about for a little while now, but we've made some major improvements in the last year. What's going on there?
Yes, as we found out, really we decided to before we went to launch the full product, we decided to add a really neat feature, and that is a programming feature. So now it's not only is an outstanding racing ignition with extreme power and reliability, but now you've got a very simple software program you can plug in your PC to your laptop,
right?
And allows for virtually infinite ignition curves programming, as well as it has the ability to retard nitrous timing, on-demand retards, start retards, things like that.
So now I see ICOM. I know that I run my car on XFI, which runs off of an ICOM software.
Yeah.
how does that relate? Is it part of the same software? Is it a separate set of ICOM that just plays nicely? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, it is a separate software package.
Okay.
We did do, and really ICOM is going to be our ignition software going forward. So it's sort of the first foray into that. It's very simple software. There's actually just one window. You click on the icon, you open up the software, and all the options are available on one screen. So we wanted to keep it very simple, so it was easy to use, but still very powerful. And that it really allows you to dial in the timing on your ignition and make it really a functional piece.
Nice. And I would argue that the ability to tune an ignition curve the same way that you tune a fuel curve is fairly groundbreaking.
Oh,
so
it really is.
And it's certainly groundbreaking for the common guy in his garage.
Yep.
That's a whole new thing that we've had to do.
Absolutely.
So that's
Absolutely.
very exciting.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, with that said, is there anything else you want to share? Any favorite parts of the show?
Well, I would say probably the by far the showstopper for Fast at SEMA this year has been the release of our new polymer intake manifold, our tunnel ram. That's definitely something that I think is worth talking about. Okay,
well, you know what? Let's see. We're going to get really crazy here and see if we can't just rotate that camera, because that intake is in two pieces. Guys, we're going real interesting this morning. We're rotating the cameras. I'm sending people off camera. We're playing interesting games here. So let me see if I can turn this. See what we come up with. Oh, there's an intake there, you guys. How about that? So I'm going to hop over the cord here.
Okay.
Hey guys, as it turns out, we're in the middle of a trade show using a cell phone to film professional quality videos, so forgive us. Okay, so this is our new baby intake. Tell me what is so exciting about it.
This literally just completed our prototype testing 2 days before the show. It is literally fresh off the dyno. We completed the power tuning of it, dialing it in. What really makes this unique is that, number one, it is designed specifically for boosted applications.
Right.
Compared to sort of our main competitor in the marketplace, we saw 20 to 50 horsepower gains. The tuning of this intake manifold is phenomenal, especially in the lower RPM ranges, where maybe you're trying to spool a turbo or get shift recovery, things like that.
Let me interrupt you for half a second, because I think what I understood from something I was told yesterday was that we were seeing 20 horsepower over LSX-RT, right?
That dyno test is based on, I don't want the name that shall not be named, but our main competitor in that marketplace for a tunnel ram style aluminum intake manifold.
That's even better, I'll take it.
yeah. So no, those are actually power gains compared to really who we've got to compete with in the marketplace.
Okay, I gotcha. That was my misunderstanding. So, no, that's awesome though. So let's take the
so first off, full polymer design. It is probably on the order of at least 10 to 15 pounds lighter than our aluminum competitor. So it's much lighter, and what's nice about the polymer is that it has incredible insulating capabilities. So what you're getting is an intake manifold that doesn't heat soak like an aluminum one does. So there's already a power gain about right off the bat. These are individual runners that you can then tune in length.
That's what I was going to say. So it comes standard with all this weird runner length in here.
Well, it doesn't. We're going to pick one. Generally, we found that anything under around 8,000 RPM really does best with the long runners. So in all likelihood, when we ship this, probably around the 1st of April, it's going to have the long runners in it, but we'll offer a kit that allows you to buy the intermediate and the short runners to do your own tuning. And we found that on the dyno, you can really shift the power curve of the intake around to suit what you want.
Well, I mean, that's similar to a concept people are familiar with our LSXR, LSXRT.
Exactly.
We've been able to change those runners out forever.
Yeah.
And just as it is with those, it's a very simple process and, easy to do at home, no big deal at all.
Yep, very simple. They just lock right in place.
Yeah. So that is awesome. What are we talking about on price point? That's the question everybody wants to know, right?
Sure. Yeah, it's going to be $998. I mean, it's going to be a touch under $1,000. We want to keep it affordable, but at the same time, it reflects a real advancement in technology compared to what we're out there going against in the marketplace. Yeah.
According to the brand that shall not be named.
Yes.
And this is awesome, very exciting for us. Certainly, like you're talking about, power gains, less heat soak. I mean, polymer intakes have been kind of our thing for years.
That's kind of our trademark, right? It's expensive and it's difficult to develop. Not only the manufacturing process, but the dyno time and to do these manifolds. It's difficult, but that's kind of what we've challenged ourselves to do. Is we want to be that highest level of technology out there.
Right.
One of the nuanced things I'll mention here is it's these details that I think are important for our customers to understand, that we don't leave any detail unturned when we're developing these intake manifolds. One thing is we have a compound injector angle. something very critical. If you'll notice, the fuel injectors are laid over in 2 different dimensions.
Yeah.
They're actually very specifically aimed at the back side of the intake valve. When you do that, you get incredibly much better fuel distribution, drivability, it atomizes better, and simply makes more power. So we've done a lot of detailed work on making sure that these things squeeze every bit of efficiency out of the design as we can.
And as soon as we wrap up here, you guys, I'll take a picture of that so you can get a better look at it. I know you're a little bit further away than you'd prefer to be able to check out that angle.
Sure.
So I think that, I mean, is there anything else you wanted to touch on?
Yeah, for hardcore racers that, let's say, want to do a throttle body mount back at the firewall, one of the cool things about the mounting flange for the plenum is that it's 180 degree swappable. So let's say if you wanted to have that race style where, let's say, the intercooler is inside the vehicle and you want to do all the piping inside, you can spin this around, bolt it up. It's not a problem at all. And this flange is sort of like the industry standard flange, so a lot of those sandwich style liquid air intercooler kits.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Speaking of intercooling.
Yes, yeah, they're totally compatible with this. The bolt pattern's the same. So really it's retrofittable to anything else out there.
Right.
And again, the high ram style intake manifold that we've heard
we're kind of going
before.
for it now, Matt.
I know I'm touching on dangerous ground here, but it has the exact same installation height. So again, it's very easy to bolt in if somebody wants to swap it out.
Kyle's asking, just how much boost will it take?
It's an excellent question, and it's one of the first things that most people ask. Yeah. This is rated for 50 psi of boost. The burst pressure is well in excess of that. We went into this manifold designing it for boost.
Right.
I know there's been a kind of concern out on the market. You know, a lot of racers are concerned about polymer manifolds and boost. This is extremely high strength fiber reinforced nylon material. It's a very special material. It's extremely strong, especially at elevated temperatures.
Right.
It's designed for boost, no question about it.
I mean, that's the thing is, what good is an intake as magnificent as this one if you're afraid to throw boost at it?
Exactly.
And we've definitely engineered the heck out of it to get ourselves around that.
Yeah.
So we're excited to have an intake now that is so boost focused. I mean, LS boosted applications are, I mean, absolutely the world of racing right now.
Yep.
And we're excited to be a part of that with this intake. So this one's coming in April. What else you got for me?
I would say right now, we touched on the distributors. I would say kind of outside the fuel injected realm, we do have a line what we call our easy run distributors. And that's really, really great for, let's say, somebody that's got a carbureted style engine but wants a really super simple, basically drop-in distributor.
Plug and play.
Yeah, plug and play, and we've got great coverage. So whether you got a Pontiac or an Oldsmobile or even an AMC, we've got a ready-to-run distributor or drop-in easy-run distributor. You just put it in, hook up a coil, 2 wires, you're done. It's really simple and easy.
And that
is
especially useful with the easy EFI kits, right? It's perfectly compatible,
Absolutely.
Plugs in, ready to go.
Yep. Awesome. It works great for them.
Awesome. Well, Matt, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here unless there's anything else. And we will get back to the show, get back to work. We got a bunch of people staring at us from the back of the booth like we're the kids up front playing and not working. So we're going to get back to work. We'll be updating all day long with all kinds of different coverage. Like I said, I'll be throwing up a couple pictures of this guy. Make sure you stay tuned, and we will see you guys next week for a final wrap-up of what we all thought about the SEMA show, guys. We'll see you soon.